Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube as we break down college football for Week 12. Kevin Rogers with you, joined by Brian Edwards in a three-pack for this week. And Brian, let's get it started in the Big 12. TCU still undefeated after winning at Texas this past week. Another tough test inside the Lone Star State as they head to Waco to battle Baylor. And the Horned Frogs a short favorite here. What do you like between TCU and Baylor?
I'm going to go with TCU minus 2.5. I made TCU a 6-point favorite. Their only weakness, vulnerability, whatever you want to call it, all year has really been their defense. And, Texas' only score was that defensive touchdown. I mean, they kept Texas out of the end zone for 60 minutes. That's pretty doggone impressive. They held them to 199 yards of total offense, which I'm going to guess was a season low for the Longhorns. They dominated time of possession 37-22 to 22-38. Texas only ran for 28 yards on 22 attempts. Ewers was just completely ineffective. Bijan Robinson, one of the best running backs in the country, 29 yards on 12 attempts. So my point being, now, their defense seems to be coming along. And I know that, the talk about TCU for more than a month now is, oh my God, can they be up again in this spot? Because they've just had a slew of tough games in a row, but they just keep finding ways to win. And they had won 3 straight by double-digit margins going into last week. And if not for that defensive touchdown, they win by double digits again last week. I know they got to travel twice in a row, which can be a red flag, but they have just been coming through in spot after spot. And Baylor's been so inconsistent all year, 6-4, both straight up and against the spread. They get routed at home as a favorite last week. So I like the Frogs.
Yeah, and this TCU team, obviously they keep doing it. And look, they win their next 3 games, they'll be in the Final Four. They can win the final 2 and then win the Big 12 championship. So we'll see how that goes for TCU. Now let's shift over to the ACC, Brian. And the Pittsburgh Panthers got 2 pick sixes out of the gate last week in their win against Virginia. And now Pitt welcomes in Duke. And the Blue Devils a shade over a touchdown underdog. What do you like in this matchup?
Yeah, I'm going to go Duke plus 7.5. So they are 7-3 straight up, 6-4 against the spread. Pitt being 6-4 straight up and 4-6 against the spread. Duke, their 3 losses have been by margins of 3 twice and by a margin of 8 once at Kansas. But they've won 3 in a row as an underdog this year, 3-1 against the spread with 2 outright wins. And Riley Leonard has been giving them terrific quarterback play. He is 13-5 TD/INT ratio. He's run for a team high 624 yards and 10 touchdowns. So I like the Duke Blue Devils. Mike Elko, certainly in my mind, behind Sonny Dykes, but certainly has done one of the top 3 or 4 coaching jobs in all of America.
All right, now let's look at the final game, and we're going to go to the Sun Belt here. Troy, Louisiana, Monroe, and Troy coming off 5 straight unders. They're 8-2 on the season. What do you like here with Troy and Louisiana Monroe from a total standpoint?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Troy Troy ULM, the under, which is 48. The under has cashed in 5 straight for Troy, and this is their highest total since October 1st. So that 5-0 under run has all been totals less than this, only 19 last week, 40 the previous week, 16 before that, 31 before that, 37 before that. 7 games ago, Troy Marshall was 25 combined. Even with, Ole Miss, a pretty high-scoring team, they only had 38 combined early in the year. They're 9th in the nation in scoring D, giving up only 16.7 points per game, and they only average 21.3 points per game. So, quick do of that math. I believe that's 38 combined is their average combined score, and we're looking at a total 10 points higher. Give me the under.
All right, so Brian Edwards, his 3 best bets for this Saturday in college football. He's going to lay the points with TCU on the road against Baylor. He's going to take the points with Duke at Pitt, and he's going to back the under between Troy and Louisiana-Monroe in the Sun Belt. Brian, before we let you go, tell us again about the CFP pod that you are hosting.
Yeah, the Bet CFB pod. We're doing once a week now, and it will drop on Thursday morning. So Bet CFB pod. It's found under the Vegas Insider podcast network, whatever you want to call it. And please check us out, rate, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
That is Brian Edwards. You can find him on Twitter at VegasBEdwards. Brian, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, K-Raj.
That is Brian Edwards. I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching. And as always, best of luck with your bets.